Let's start it off then. Let's go with bienvenidos. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Completely Consensual right here on Chiptooth Gaming. We got you with your weekly gaming news show where, God damn it, Tom.
No, you're good. Just keep going. Why you gotta
We
stop?
drop episodes every Friday on youtube.com/Chiptooth Gaming, as well as any audio podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play.
Yes, sir.
You can listen to us there on Fridays when we drop. Thank you guys for coming back. I was gone for a week. I had bronchitis. I don't know what was going on. My voice was just shot. I sounded like Batman. One day I felt like I sounded like a Danny DeVito type voice. It was just really bad. But you guys held it down, and I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, dog, while you was out there sucking dick, I was out here driving a boat. You know what I mean? Holding it down for us over here at Chiptooth Gaming.
It's about time you drive a boat.
Hey, I'm out here driving, though.
Because I know
I'm out here like SpongeBob SquarePants.
You and boats don't really get along.
Stepping on the beach. Driving a boat, bro. I was out here. You saw me? You was out here. He was with me, right, Cheeks? Yeah, he was with me. He was driving. He was chilling.
Keep driving it. I love it.
What you been up to?
Just going into it. But thank you guys. You guys did a really great job. I know. Let me introduce you guys first, always. That Kid Flowers to my left, the guy in the middle.
That's me.
Holding it down. And that Cheeks_Jr. over
What's
there,
up,
Mikey.
players?
And then the guy who saved the podcast from almost double recording and not even hitting the button.
I didn't double record it, bro.
Also, the reason that it happened as well. So let's give him the credit for catching it, but also let's not forget where it started.
So we're already off the rails.
Rehearsals.
Give me some credit, then we take it away.
Rehearsals.
So we're already off the rails, just like how we always are. So I'm glad to be back. But you held the boat. You held it down, man. Thank you. You did a great job.
Hey, anytime.
I appreciate
anytime.
you. What you guys been up to, though? It's been a good week.
A little bit of school, a little bit of work. Finished The Boys.
You did?
I finished it. Real fucking good.
Hey, did you ever watch it?
I feel like not that many people watched it.
You never watched it?
Really fucking
it's
good.
Amazon. I'm cool. I pass.
Okay. No, I mean you're missing out on good shit, but
Mike's
like
got some good
that's
taste.
on you.
He's got some good taste. I'm
That's
thinking about
coming
checking
from
out a
a
little
white
bit.
guy.
It's on Amazon, dog. It's on Amazon.
Mikey, he's white. He doesn't season his food. What do you talk about taste? What do you mean?
That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
That put a good taste in my mouth.
salt and seasoning.
Outside of The Boys, I've been playing a little bit of Detroit Become Human, some Last of Us with the little HDR TV. You know, I got my little OLED 55.
Ooh. Good for you, bro.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate the
deserve that, bro.
applause. I appreciate it.
That's good.
But that's kind of all I've been really up to. You know what I mean? Trying to stay afloat, out here breathing.
That's what's up, man. What's up?
What do you guys fart?
No, it smells like sulfur when he opened the windows.
Yeah.
He called
He kind
it.
of sounded, yeah, it's all good, though.
Sulfur fart. Same
Well, hold on real quick. You played The Last of Us.
I'm playing The Last of Us.
Where you
I
at?
haven't
Have
played
you
it.
played it? Did you at
Pittsburgh?
least,
No,
how far have you? What was the last thing you did?
What's the percentage?
He hasn't got very far.
I'm not that far.
Did you at
What's
least
the
play the very
percentage?
first like scenario? Like, did you know why people gravitated like with the first 10, 15 minutes of the
So
game?
I think I killed Rob, the main dude, and then this black lady took us in, and we're running to the city.
Oh,
That
so
was
you
like the last
played
thing I played.
You did the very first like 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
That emotional scene in the beginning. Like, did it
Yeah,
get
I
to you?
finished that. I finished that.
Did-
Yeah, that
did you-
was deep.
That was deep, right?
That was real deep.
That's when I like that scene is what made me like already like, bro, this game's
Yeah, I
gonna
was
be
really hurt when his
dope.
daughter died. I was like, fuck.
You
Yeah.
got his watch.
The
We're gonna
watch is
the whole
like,
game.
Yep. Now that
So
watch
cool.
means a lot.
It's good, man. It's a great game. I hope you keep playing that. Finish Detroit Human. You're all over the place. I like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You get a little taste of everything. It's a lot. It's hard.
So many games. So many
Uh,
games I need to go back and actually play.
What you been playing?
Can't wait for Christmas break.
Yeah, what you been playing, Mikey?
I am falling down the apex hole.
It's a great game.
Welcome.
It's a deep, 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 wet, satisfying hole.
I hope you get good in there.
No, I'm not, but I'm having a good time, and that's what matters.
Hey, you
I'm
right.
having a blast. I got my got a bunch of boys on, so we always playing something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm back in the Apex grind, which is again probably boring for the listeners because we always be playing Apex.
That's our game.
But it's honestly been waiting for this week. We got Medieval coming out.
Mhm.
We got Death Stranding coming out. We got Call of Duty coming out. So Shawn, I know you said you're gonna pick up Death Stranding. I'm gonna pick up Medieval. We're all gonna pick up Call of Duty. So that's exciting.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, been doing that. Also, we've been doing a lot of great stuff here at the channel that you do not know about, and you will find out.
When we gonna
Probably
find out?
November 5th.
November 5th,
That's
you
when
gonna
you're
find out?
Find out.
That is
November 5th.
Cinco.
Just mark it down.
Mark it
You guys
down.
wanna talk about it? You guys just want to just mark
Just-
it in
we
there
just-
and just
No,
keep
I mean,
it going?
we
Throw it
announced
in
on the
there.
Instagram, so if you don't follow us on the Instagram, you definitely missed the scoop. But on one of the things, but we've been actually doing a lot of great content lately and getting some things in motion, so very excited about that. Just mark your calendars, November 5th, Chiptooth Gaming, be here.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing I was talking about.
You just
on
said
on our first take.
on our first take. I just remember you talking
remember.
about
On the rehearsal?
The rehearsal.
the rehearsal. That's what Tambo calls it now.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna be jumping into medieval tomorrow. Call of Duty tonight. I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty Hella. I might take it because I'm going on a trip this week. You guys are gonna be holding it down this week, so I think I'm gonna take my PS4 with me. Get
Why
some
would you
game
do
in
that?
there, huh?
Go
Why
out,
not?
enjoy life. You're visiting a new.
Yeah, man, live without a
A
game.
new city, the city I came from.
Oh, how about you go to Disneyland because you never fucking gone?
No, I'm going to the Comedy Store though. Very excited about that. Very
You
excited
gonna buy a
about
whoopee cushion?
that. It's not.
Then
it's
what
not
else do you
what the
do at a
Comedy
fucking
Store
store then, dude?
It's not.
I'm
It's
confused.
a comedy club.
Oh,
The comedy
It's a
club.
comedy club.
Why'd you say it's a store?
I know.
That's what the name is. It's comedy store. Anyway, let's move past this.
Takes it already.
I'm already too
Why do
tired
you
for
why
your
do you
bullshit.
why do you get mad when Sean tries to
What are you talking about?
have
I'm
a
not
conversation with you? He's trying to have a conversation with you,
mad.
and
I'm
you're trying to shut him
I'm
down.
conversating with you. Huh, baby
I
girl.
got you, bro.
Man, you get me,
man.
man.
What you mean?
Jesus, I
He's
was
gonna-
I was
he's
pressing
gonna
those
go to LA
buttons.
buy
Come
whoopee
on.
cushions. It's
Just want
cool.
me to press those buttons.
But yeah,
No, what's going on with you, baby?
Press those buttons.
this is what I deal with, guys, and I enjoy it every single minute. But yeah, it's gonna be a very top heavy Call of Duty podcast because I personally love this franchise. We know where we're expecting it year in, year out. It's a love-hate relationship with this game. And that's what I'm really going to be into this weekend is just this Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare. It finally came out, picked it up, and I don't know if you guys want to go straight into that or just go
Are
leave
you
it in the
driving the
back
boat, Doug?
burner. I don't know. I want to talk about a couple things because one thing that I'm mad about, because I know we talked about The Last of Us already.
We're gonna talk about the Bethesda news too.
We're going to talk about
Because
Bethesda
I
being
waited
stupid.
for you this week.
Huh?
I waited for you this week. We were
The
gonna talk about
Bethesda?
it last week, and Sean's like, "Oh, Compa said he wanted to talk about it this week."
Why?
The Bethesda and the Korean
The tournament.
kid.
Tournament winner.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the news.
But no, I didn't know what you guys wanted to do on that. But yeah, as far as for me, I'm excited for this game. I'm trying to play it. I just sucks that there's like a 57 gig download. Like
150 gigs.
your game is still downloading
That's
while
what
we're
it
doing
is
this
total?
podcast, and it's still
Look,
there.
look at the back of the
It's back there. It's a heavy game. A lot of people are mad because the
Damn.
very first bit of news is that people are having trouble getting into the servers for this game. But what do you expect when a lot of people are expecting to play this game? And I think the reason why this is getting so much more hype and excitement is crossplay.
Yeah.
Crossplay, I think, is the reason why this game is going to be so much more hyped and so much more exciting. Is that you could play with PC, you could do Xbox, PlayStation. It's like the meme that's going around with Paul Rudd and Hot Ones. It's like, look at us. Who would have thought?
No, I mean, I think crossplay is definitely it, but I also think more so it actually appears to be a really solid Call of Duty game. Different modes, bringing back what people loved about the franchise. Going back to, I think, I without a doubt, I don't think if people ask you what's your favorite like Call of Duty like era, it's Modern Warfare.
Easily.
Like it's Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare like trilogy over the Black Ops quadrilogy or whatever. The fuck they call that.
Quadrilogy.
But I don't even count the last one, honestly.
World
Did
War
you
II?
play, was it
World War
Ghost?
II?
No. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Oh, yeah, that
okay.
is the last one. That was
So
2
I
years
would
ago,
the Black
Call of
Ops
Duty
trilogy
4.
versus Modern Warfare trilogy. I mean, Modern Warfare. I'd say 95% of people like really would say that one is their favorite, and that's like the best era of Call of Duty. So it's cool that they're going back to that again. Just first, the game looks gorgeous, which I mean, I know in this generation it's getting kind of cliche to say, but like again, you don't see a lot of third-party games kind of pushing the boundaries. I think it does. This is what like Killzone Shadowfall looked like on the beginning of the launch, and now you're seeing like third-party games start to get there, which is exciting. But again, the game is like solid, like it's sound from what I've seen. Right, I haven't played it yet.
You play it
But
first.
it is no, but what it is, it's going back to the roots and going back to what people love about it. Whereas like, yeah, they're like, oh, people were longing for a World War II game, and then they did World War II, right? And it was an alright game, right? I don't think people really wanted that. I think they were just wanted a good Call of Duty game, and all because you throw World War II on it doesn't make it a good
I
game.
don't think people want the World War I, World War II like
Era anymore.
Like I don't really think. I mean, they're probably sure. I'm not gonna say everyone doesn't want it, but I'm pretty sure like it's not really selling. Like look at Battlefield 5. Like Battlefield was a good game,
Yeah.
in all honesty, but I don't think like the weapons. Like no one was here for like the old muskets and shit that you had.
Yeah,
Isn't Battlefield 1?
Let me put my
No,
powder in
5.
my gun real quick and then shoot it again. Like that, they didn't
Isn't
want
that
that.
modern day?
I don't think so.
Yeah, isn't Battlefield 1 the World War 1 one?
Battlefield 1 had the World War, and Battlefield 5, I believe, was also
It's different, but yeah.
it was older. It wasn't modern.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't play this.
Well,
I don't play Battlefield.
Off topic.
I don't
But
even
yeah,
know.
I don't think that's why I'm really liking this Modern Warfare because it brings me back. I've honestly only played the Modern Warfare. I played Black Ops 1, but Modern Warfare has my heart. I'm really excited to hop into the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did a lot. They did an overhaul for the campaign. Last year, they didn't have it. So this year, they're like, hey, let's take the time and do it. We'll get into that for sure because I want to make sure we kind of do a history of Call of Duty from the very first. We'll go through how that went, and then we'll kind of just touch on each one and go through that. But first, I want to get into some news. Mikey,
News.
on fire with that one.
Okay.
The first things first. Did you guys hear about Fallout and Bethesda, what they're trying to do?
But
I peeped it. It's not a great decision, I'd say.
So, let me tell you what
Ballsy.
Fallout did. Fallout 76's new 100 per year subscription plans. And yeah, that's essentially they're doing a $100 subscription with Bethesda.
Yeah, for their private servers.
Private servers is finally here, but it's going to cost you $100. But it's so weird. Like, I don't know why Bethesda, they're doing this because I know a lot of people are trying to do per streaming, like, hey, come to me, subscription-based things. I think this was not the right move. 100%.
I think it was way too soon to really give any type of subscription because no one even knows if the game works. Like, I'm not even sure if they launched the new NPC character story because they revamped the game a little bit. They're going to add more NPCs so you can kind of follow along to what the game's actually fucking about. I don't know if that was in the game yet, but if it has it, I don't really know why they would release some subscription because the game was already failing before this.
Yeah.
And then they're going to
100%.
update it and say, yeah, give us
More money.
$13 a month. And I promise you can do whatever you want because we'll give you your private server and we'll throw in a better story.
Yeah, so weird. So they launched a new premium subscription, and they're calling it Fallout First. The membership is available to purchase now and includes access to private servers, which Bethesda calls private worlds, for you and your friends, and you get exclusive items and bonuses. Players who have subscribed to Fallout First, they already have issues, but they're working on it. But that's the idea. They want to give you private servers, your own world. And a lot of people, it was requested, but then at the same time, they're like $100 for this. Like, what else do I get? And that's really what they're trying to figure out still. And yeah, it's just such a weird concept for a company that doesn't really still have a good foot on the ground of what they were trying to do and want to do. Like you said, best Fallout 76 was a game that was too hot.
It was a lost game.
It was
like you played the game and you were lost just like the developers were. And that was the game.
And you know what they did? They said, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and make it even better for our community and give them a subscription based.
Yeah, they found your wallet, though. That's what they did find.
I mean, it's just so weird.
I'm over this era of a game coming out, the developer being tone deaf or just shitting the bed, and then being like, hey, it's okay, we'll fix it, give us more money. And it's like, where like someone like No Man's Sky, they're not asking for more money, right? They just fixed it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they should have done it right the first time, but they're not having you reach back into your pocketbook to
Yeah, it's not
to
the
pay
cost
for
of
it.
yourself.
Now, the one thing that they did do to add an extra cost to is like the VR mode, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, to me, that's a different game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, you're adding more functionality to the game versus you're fixing your game. So I'm just over this era of developers being like, here's a money grab, right? And then the gamers clearly go, hey, that's a money grab, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, we're sorry, we fixed it here. Just another $60 and you can have the game that like you thought you were getting.
You know, it's scary because they used to release half a game, right? They give you half the game and then they'll give you like DLC like on release, like, okay, this DLC's coming next month.
I never liked that, but
they did that,
and it's worse now because now they're giving you incomplete games with promise of DLC or subscription down the road.
No, I do think there is a difference, like in terms of like something like, let's say Spider-Man, for example.
I knew it because I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because on Spider-Man, it's like, have you played the DLC?
I have it.
Okay, so I recently played the DLC, and it was almost like a director's cut. You're like, yeah, like it's cool.
Thanks.
And it's more to play, but it's like, honestly, if you put this into the game, I would have been like, what? This is not coherent at all.
Yeah.
Like, within the story, there's a reason it like wasn't put in the game, right?
Yeah.
So like these DLC like that, where it's just a little extra something, right? And it's like it doesn't make sense within like the actual game. Then like I'm okay with. But then there's the shit where it's like, what was the other example that I had in my mind that I just lost? there's other game. Fuck, I forgot the game. But then you see these other games come out, and then they go,
I think Destiny
"Hey,
is one of them.
I think that's what I was
Destiny
thinking
is a
of.
clear example of like, hey, here's content, and then season
Yes,
passes.
the first Destiny, right? It
Yeah.
was Destiny Vanilla, right?
Mhm.
And then they're like, here's the game. Everyone's like, oh my god, this is so much fun. Oh wait, there's not a whole lot to do. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, this story kind of sucks. And then all of a sudden the DLC comes out and it's like, oh wait, no, this hit everything we wanted in Destiny.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I just had to spend an extra $30
$160. By the
Yeah.
time you get like the first full season of Destiny, you're in the hole like $120.
Yeah.
And everybody like that to that point, like you're absolutely right. Flowers, I remember a point in time back then where that was like the case where you'd buy a game, it wasn't done, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, we're gonna have DLC and it's gonna be continuation of the game.
It was done. It was just half the game.
And
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
and like the other game was just it unlocks another world, it unlocks this, and everybody would start complaining like, dude, give me the whole fucking game. And I think they finally found the right balance though. A lot of gamers now, a lot of community developers are saying, okay, you know what, we're gonna release the game and we're gonna start doing more cosmetic based. We're gonna be like, hey, season passes, do this. We're gonna give you the full game, but all these skins, and that's how we're gonna get that money grab idea.
For the multiplayer games, right? But like
Yeah.
I don't know.
for what I respect about it is like something like a Spider-Man who does it where it's like, yeah, this doesn't make sense in our game. So if you want the extra shit, because otherwise we just cut this entirely. So if you want this, like $30, right? I think that's or it was $20, right, for
Something
the
like
Spider-Man
that.
DLC.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. Or God of War, right? No DLC.
Love-
Fucking
yeah.
awesome, right? Just
Complete
straight up-
game.
Complete
Yeah,
game.
complete game.
Do you think that was the last
Thank
complete game?
No, like I think Spider-Man was a complete game. Like I
The
do for
director's
what you
cut
got.
said,
If
yeah,
you've
yeah.
never played the DLC, you're not like missing a part of the game. Like
No,
the
no.
game that you play. So it's like obviously first party does a really good job at it. Like Sony first party does a
Mhm.
phenomenal job at it. Cuphead did a phenomenal job at it, like giving you like the full game,
Yeah.
and not like locking you out of any bullshit. But then you get things like the Assassin's Creed, the Destinies, the even Call of Duties. Or no, not Call of Duty.
Not so much.
Yeah, but like that's the thing with first-person shooters. It's easy because you can just do cosmetic, and then people go
Here you
nuts
go.
for that shit, which I never understood. But I mean, they do. So I don't know. It's a sticky situation. I remember a couple years ago, it got real bad.
No,
where it
yeah,
was like game after game after game after game. It was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why
Yeah.
are you giving me these half-ass like games? Like,
No,
why is it? And then again, Horizon Zero Dawn, another perfect example, did a really good job. Right, and then DLC came out, and honestly, I felt like I didn't need to play it, and I never played Frozen Wilds.
What about The Witcher? I feel like at the same time.
That's
The
scenario.
Witcher in
Yeah.
itself was a
Witcher did
really
it.
big game.
Yeah, it was
though,
too dense
already,
though.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Red Dead, where you're like,
Witcher
What do
just
I
had a
do?
lot of content, and they
It's
just
like Red
yeah,
Dead
more
the Witcher
content.
did too. Witcher was dense, where I got like anxiety playing the game, where I'm like, I need to go do this, I need to go do that, and it almost felt like work, where I'm like, I'm checking boxes instead of having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Witcher I think was just a little bit better because of just that fantasy world.
Which
Red Dead was the one where it was like more realistic. I damn near felt like I was living in that era. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go churn some butter. Like I don't know what's going on.
I'm
Like, it felt
interested.
so fucking weird.
I'm interested in those games' longevities. Like I am, like because it's like
well, think of
they're
Call of
phenomenal
Duty.
games, but they're so dense. No, the Call of Duty's fine. That's bite size. That's short, right?
Mhm.
But like something like The Witcher and Red Dead, it's like it's almost so dense.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. I feel like Red Dead was hot for a minute,
It was.
and
I felt
it
that.
cooled down even faster.
Yeah.
We can even
That was me.
honestly, we can even throw Skyrim in there with their 2 DLCs they had. That was kind of different though. I feel like that was definitely. I feel like Skyrim, the base game, was more complete,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they gave you like the Dragonborn and the Dawnguard DLC, which is a good add-on. I mean, it didn't really change the story too much. It was just an extra story, which I can respect from there. And they kind of bundled it in with like right away. They get like both DLCs for like $15 or $20 in right there, so it wasn't too bad. But I feel like they're definitely giving you more incomplete games now than they were before, to the point where they want you to spend more money so they can afford to fix it.
So you're saying that as you're saying now they're trying.
Yeah, so
now is the
now-
time that they're giving me more incomplete games.
Exactly,
'Cause
just
I
like
feel like-
Fallout's doing now.
I feel like we started. Yeah, I feel
it's
like
the
we
flip.
started shifting because, like I said,
I had to bring it back.
the couple years ago, it was like,
I do remember that era, like Mikey. Like there was a time where I was like, okay, cool, I got a great game,
the fuck is this shit?
and then it's annoying too because I think Mortal Kombat did that too, where it's like, oh, by the way, like Mortal Kombat did that. I think that's what kind of pissed me off. Not pissed me off, but it was like, hey, buy this game, pre-order it, and then buy the extension pass so we could give you new fighters in like 3-4 months. And I'm like, the fuck? Just give me the characters now and like why? What?
I mean, all fighting games are like that now.
No, but like
even
I think that Mortal Kombat you were talking about had like seriously like 7 characters or something like that. And I remember there's another game like that too where
They
it was
did
like
that.
super low, like almost like, bruh, like what are we doing
Okay,
here?
like just hold off. I mean, I think it kind of ties into like the other article that I want to talk about, because I feel like when you get a half-ass game, I'm okay with this other bit of news that Ubisoft came out with and delays. Delays are going to be, it's inevitable for some developers. Some people want to rush a game. Some people say, hey, you know what? I'll take a delay. I'll take 3-4 months off. And I feel like, how do you guys feel about delays?
Not
What do you guys?
Not off. Right?
What do you mean?
They're not taking it off.
Yeah, that's right.
I
delay?
just wanted to clarify that.
Sorry,
It's not
but
like
no,
they kick it
appreciate you.
back.
Appreciate
I
you.
mean,
But how do you feel about
honestly,
delays? Sorry.
The games should have been postponed till after like the new consoles released,
Yeah.
especially since they were like damn near like close in release date anyway. I feel like why wouldn't they just wait and just revamp the game to the the new specs and then release it after that?
Yeah.
Because Last of Us 2 was dated to release before the PS5 launch, if I remember.
Yeah.
But now they've obviously pushed it back so they can get.
Did we get how much they pushed it back to?
Yeah, I got you. So the
think it was in
idea
May.
with The Last of Us, right? So the reason why I was going to talk about the
Was it in
exact
May?
delays, what they're talking about. But Sony announced that Naughty Dog The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed 3 months and will now release on May 29th, 2020.
They should have just fucking held that for the PS5. You're
Exactly.
going up against Halo. Hold the fucking game.
So that's the thing. Like, do you think they will, though? Do you
no,
honestly?
No. It's if once they said PS4, they got to commit to PS4. They can't just be like,
What?
They will port it over. Yes, they will port it over to the PS5. Actually, I don't even think they're gonna port it over to the PS5. Why would you do that?
It's backwards compatible.
It's backwards compatible. So at that point, it's like, okay, then there's really no point in that. Second of all, just what a bumble by Sony. Like, don't say PS4. Do not.
Is it Sony or Naughty
You
Dog?
shouldn't have said it was Sony. But Sony could have easily been like, hey, Last of Us, PS5 launch. What's Naughty Dog going to say? No.
True.
No, of course.
Because
they're
again,
gonna
it
do
gives them the benefit of the delay. It gives them the benefit
Look,
to work on the game longer. You're right.
Exactly.
You're
I
right.
get the strategy of being like, hey, bigger audience, and we want this to sell as many copies as possible, right? But you come out with Last of Us, not only you're going to sell copies, because you will still sell, like, throughout, even Last of Us now, people are still buying it, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those
$20
things where it's like, that longevity of a game you will have. So what I would say is launch it with the PS5, get people to buy your hardware, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then while they're buying your hardware, what game are they going to pick up at launch? They're going to pick up Last of Us, right? I
Yeah.
bet you it will be like a Breath of the Wild situation where literally, what was it, like 95% of people who bought a Switch day one got Breath of the Wild
Breath
like
of the Wild.
attachment, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Easiest assessment.
Yeah, so I think it would be that kind of attachment on The Last of Us if they did it.
I mean, they technically
I
still
get,
can.
I get no, they're not. I get why they
buy a
didn't do it.
PS5,
Though.
get the Last of Us Part 2 is backwards compatible.
I get why they didn't though, because I mean, why would you get a PS? Because you already have a PS4. So why buy a PS5 and get a game that?
I mean,
you
this is
could get
people. I mean,
and not
it's
pay
a
them
weird. They're already fucking this up,
the
man.
$400.
They're
I know
already
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
this
So
up.
it's like, I get the business strategy in it in terms of being like, we want more money, and how is it going to sell more? It's going to be on the bigger, obviously, almost the
The new
number
hardware.
one hardware
Yep.
ever made, right? With the more install base. But if I were Sony, I'd be like, look, let's not sell as many. We'll make it up in the long run. Let's use this to push our hardware because honestly, I think they're going to have an uphill battle with Xbox, especially when they're doing Halo.
Halo is going to be king for that game. Like, it's going to be the Switch all over again for the Xbox. Hey, Xbox, you want to get this? Cool. Here's Halo. You have to get it. It's game launch. Boom.
Yeah,
Get it.
and
Easy.
not many launch games are like that. Not many launch games
Has
are
a heavy
like,
hitter like that.
as that much of a heavy hitter. Like I said, last console I think was Vita with Uncharted.
Oh my
like
god!
where
you always
everybody-
find the fucking way to bring it in.
No, I'm just saying like that really was one of the selling points for it, right? Whereas like PS4, okay, you got a bunch of third-party games, and you got Killzone. Okay, that's cool, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. Also, not a well-known IP. You got Knack. Okay, cool for the kids, but not everyone's gonna be playing that, right? Resogun, which came for free, which had
Great
a
game.
huge install base, right?
Fuck yeah.
But other than that, like, there's no like real heavy hitters.
Well, I mean,
Where it's like
We wanna talk
Halo,
about-
that's a name.
Well, yeah,
Last
I mean,
of Us, that's a name.
it's
Yeah.
going to be a different conversation because we want to talk about launch titles and launch games. But kind of going back to the subject of delays, right? Do you feel like the delay benefits a game, or do you hurt? Because there's always that mix of people who are like, why are you delaying a game? Just give me the fucking game. And there's people who are like, take your time. Do you, boo? I want to make sure I get a good, polished game. What side are you on, Flowers? Do you like it?
Going off
or do you
Mikey
hate
said,
it?
I do agree. Like, these delays definitely benefit the sale of the hardware for sure, because I would definitely buy a PS5, which that releases beginning of 2020 February.
Well, we're not gonna. Besides, take away the
Holiday
console
2020?
launch.
Holiday.
Take away the console launch, right? Let's say about the other
Okay.
games that are getting delayed. Ubisoft
Like just
announced
delays in general.
delays in general, right? Because they're also delaying games. Ubisoft delayed games. They delayed Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and then Watch Dogs Legion. Ubisoft pretty much said, hey, you know what? Fuck this. We're gonna just wait for the next quarter. Like, we're just delaying these games.
Delays, in my opinion, can be good, but more likely than not, most of the time, especially nowadays, they're bad.
Yeah.
Either they're kind of like in Activision shoes where like they're falling apart, they don't know what to do with like the story, or like some pieces aren't really piecing together. Like they obviously didn't come out with a campaign because they didn't know what the fuck to do. They had to scrap all their ideas. So I hope that's not the case for a lot of these games, which I don't think is the case for all of them. I'm pretty sure most of it's more likely like marketing reasons that they're delaying it, but it could be good or bad. No one likes the delayed game because obviously once they said it's gonna come, you're expecting it to come. You put your money to the side, and then probably some people request some time off to play it. But now that's all gone down the drain.
Because it kind of reminds me of like the most delayed game that I remember. What was that delayed game? That's on top of my tongue. The delayed game from Sony, The Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. Yeah.
The Last Guardian was probably the most delayed game in like history of gaming. Where
I think it took that title. Yeah, 10 years.
10 years. Like they announced the game like 1 year, and they're like, yeah, we're making this game, and it looked gorgeous. Everybody was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
They announced it at launch of PS3.
And then everybody was like, we'll wait, and then to the point where it's like, God, this fucking.
Then
game.
they stopped talking about it.
And they literally
for
just
years.
said, yeah, we don't know what you're talking about.
There's
What
4
do you-
years where they didn't.
The Last
even address
Guardian?
it.
What do you mean? Like, and then to the point where, and then the next thing you know, PS4 gave it life again. Like, oh yeah, we're working on this game, and everybody started to freak out. I just feel like at that point, it hurt the game more than anything.
Yeah.
Because of how far out. It's like a race that happened in 2010. You're like, yo, like you're late, so late that nobody cares about the game. Those delays for sure never happen, like rarely. But I still feel like delays in general, they hurt more than they cause. Because I feel like there's gonna be people for The Last of Us. I know we were talking about The Last of Us. Even those 3 months. Some people were like, you know what, 3 months is cool. I'll take it. That's like a hot girl summer. 3 months, I could do that.
Hot girl summer.
It's cool.
I feel like with delays, you definitely, the companies definitely, you lose something in that delay period. Like, I don't know if it's either like story or you lose like piece of the gameplay or just the game just feels more rushed.
No, I don't agree at all.
No?
No. I think you gain a lot with. No, it's definitely a bell curve, right? I definitely think it is right. Too soon, it's not
fucked.
it.
Too
right
long.
in the middle, right? That's a sweet spot. But too long, you end up Last Guardian, and you just lose everybody's interest, right? That's the same thing. If you talk about a game too much and you show too much, then you lose all the excitement and nobody's gonna buy it, right? Whereas on a delay like The Last of Us, right? They delayed the Last of Us,
3 months.
and the game directors will tell you. Neil Druckmann will tell you. He said that last like 3 month delay on The Last of Us 1 is what made it go from a good game to a game of a generation game.
Yeah.
That 3 months of polish that they delayed it for, right? So, I mean, generally, like Miyamoto said himself, I believe this was Miyamoto.
A
delayed game is temporary. A bad game's forever.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, now that is
Greatest
changing a
quote.
little bit with now. No, just like
culture that we're in now, I feel like.
yeah, just with the updates and making your game good. But like even No Man's Sky will always have that aura of it's a good game now.
Yeah, but they launched it way too fucking early.
It was a bad game, right? It will always have that aura. Whereas like something like
Scar.
Anthem, right? It came
another
out.
fucking Scar.
A bad game is a bad game forever. But like The Last of Us, let's say it came out early, it was a good game, right?
All the bugs
and
you
it
would've
kind of
seen or
went,
some shit.
okay, this was a good Naughty Dog game, right? But it wouldn't get the buzz that it has now, right?
Yeah.
Because they waited and delayed. So I mean, take your time. Why are we pushing to release things so soon when it's like, come on, look at how many games we have to finish the year. We have Star Wars next month.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So it's like we really got we
We're lucky.
have a lot of stuff to play. I'm good with the delays. I actually prefer summer games Like, I wish they would fill the slots more in summer because it's like that's such a dead
We're gonna
period.
get so much, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it would make financially sense to them as well. They're not competing against a bunch of people.
True.
And like, if they want it during the holidays, cool.
But the holiday season
Pick
is
it up
king,
for $30
you know?
though. I mean, that's the thing. You can still get it during the holidays.
Christmas, all that stuff. A lot of people
Think
like,
of all the
they can't
revenue
miss
they're
that.
missing out though on the
Yeah,
summer.
but if they release it on summer, right? Boom, perfect. By the time it's holiday season, they have to discount that game half the price,
yeah, that's fine.
and they don't get. If they release Call of Duty, yeah, it'll probably go cheaper for Black Friday for like what, $10, but it's still gonna be a more market value, and that's one of the reasons why they do it.
But
I
look
mean,
at
again,
something like Until Dawn. Like it was a summer release, which I rarely.
it was a
ever see
sleeper. It
summer.
was a sleeper hit. So
No,
you get some of
no,
those sleepers,
it wasn't
right?
even a sleeper. That blew the fuck up when it came out.
You're
no.
literally the only person I know
No,
who
no.
played the game.
I fuck with it. He let me borrow it. I fuck with that.
Because he told
No, because everybody. I remember this. Everybody was streaming it on Twitch. Like I remember, like that's a perfect example of a game that blew up because of streamers and like influencers, because they're like, look, this is a really cool game, and like someone like me already knew about it and was already excited about it, right?
Yeah.
But for the general audience, they go, oh, what's fucking Ninja playing? Oh, he's playing what the fuck's Until Dawn? Oh shit! Oh, go right, whatever, right? And then like he sees the reaction, right? And then all of a sudden like, fuck, this is a cool game. I'm gonna play this game. Even my friend Connor, who's not like super into games, right? He finds out a lot of his shit like through me, just in terms of like, oh, cool games. What's your idea? Always picks my brain. Even he, without me telling him about Until Dawn, was like, bro, have you checked out this game Until Dawn? Like it's rad. Like I was watching it on like YouTube and shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that was a perfect game where it's like, I know we got super off track, but
That's fine.
that summer territory, like I don't feel like we need to be rushing to go to holiday.
There's a market there.
There's a lot of there's a lot of money to be made in the lines.
No, I can understand that too. I mean, imagine all the kids, summer school, all that stuff. Parents here, you fucking buy this game, shut the fuck up for 3 months. Like I could see that market opening up. But I mean, I still think holiday is king, and I think there's gonna be some games that come out like that, and like those sleeper hits. I feel like those are the ones that they come out, and those free to play games like Apex. It just drops middle of damn near February, March, or something like that. Kind of
What a good game.
lasted all the way through that. But yeah, I mean, I think delays at the end of the day, it's a mixed bag. I mean, you just want to, at the end of the day, I feel like it's a lot easier for games that are coming out of sequels to do delays. If it's a new IP, if it's a new game, and it says, hey, we're doing this game, people get excited for it, and then they get delayed. It sucks. Cyberpunk already had that happen. It's happening a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, Cyberpunk has so much hype because they just keep releasing more and more demos and things, and people get more excited about it.
Bell
Keep an
curve though.
interest.
I think they're at the top of the bell curve. I think
So. Yeah,
they
they have to
keep
come
pushing,
out.
it's gonna start dipping.
You're absolutely right. I feel like it's at that bell curve. If you're talking about that, where it's like, all right, people could accept to wait.
If we can
But
get
if you
another
could maybe
Keanu Reeves trailer, I think that'll, you know what I mean, give us some more time.
Delay the game another year. I don't fucking care. Make Keanu Reeves look amazing. But that was it. I mean, that'd be great. See what happens with delays.
I'm ready for that Rambo
but
6
you know
though,
what?
doggy dog.
You know what doesn't get delayed?
What doesn't get delayed?
Fucking Call of Motherfucking Duty, guys.
Call of Duty.
I just
Got
want to
mine
kind
for
of
$20.
What?
So got mine for $20 today.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, I know why.
Points in the bank.
Hell yeah, baby. What it do? I got it for $8.
What it do?
I bought the full game for $60.
So, do you guys remember when the first Call
Done
of
it
Duty came out?
yourself.
You guys, give me
Do I
a
remember when
guess.
the first Call of Duty game?
First Call of Duty.
2004?
2003.
One.
Very great.
Close.
Very, very close. The first Call of Duty came out for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360.
That's
Microsoft-
not true.
I mean, it says platforms. I think that's PS2.
Call of
has to
Duty
be.
1
Yeah.
or Call of Duty World at War?
No, like the very first Call of Duty in 2003.
I thought that was a PC game only.
I'm looking at this. It says platform. It probably got released later, I think. Remember?
Stop
I'm not
back
100%
checking
sure.
him.
Possibly.
If only we had somebody who could look it up. If only.
Sorry. We run
Infinity
fake news network here.
What, bitch? I thought you were supposed to have this ready. You had all this ready. You
I
had
did.
the list of the fucking games, and you don't have this shit right.
I'm letting you
How
know
you
right
fucking
now.
terrible.
Tambo.
You're giving these fucking listeners some fake news. Everybody tweet Andres, you fucking fake news.
At Compa and
At
Compa.
compadre. Don't forget to at me,
Ooh.
bro. Like, if you're going to at me, follow me too. Was good.
Yeah,
I don't
want
want to add you.
But Call of Duty, it's the first game that kind of came out 2003. So a lot of people, again, for FPS, 2003.
First, it was one of the first FPSs to actually get controls right on what an
Mhm.
FPS could feel like. Call of Duty literally revolutionized how a first-person shooter was supposed to feel.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I remember playing this game and like dual analog, all this shit. I'm literally like looking at the sky like I was one of those bots. Like I tried playing this and I'm like, how do I do this? It felt so weird. Because then right after that, and then again, they just tweak it better. Call of Duty 2 comes out. Again, Infinity Ward are the developer. It's always been them. It came out 2 years after. What they did differently was they started doing health regeneration, kind of making it a little bit better. What's up?
Bro.
Tambo got news for me.
So in 2005, Call of Duty 2 for Xbox 360
Xbox One, yeah.
was the one that sold.
No, Xbox.
Yeah, because of the relaunch. What was that, Tambo? Sorry.
So it wasn't the first Call of Duty.
Which one was it?
The second one, I just said that.
Oh, Call of
If you
Duty 2?
Call of
listen-
Duty 1 was PC though, right?
It doesn't state if it was just PC, but it just says that.
Call of Duty 2 was the first one then. And this is Call of Duty 2 was actually the very first one I remember. And this is kind of what you were kind of talking about earlier, where you get that fatigue, where it's like just the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
You get that. Because Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, you're in this like World War II era forever. And don't get me wrong, that's where the history is and that's where it is. But that's where they stayed. And I guess like you could say they were restricted to technology, the idea and what it was. But to them,
I didn't think there was fatigue until after World of War.
I think it happened because again,
because
this is
World of
still
War came and it lit the world on fire. I remember that being the hottest shit. Like,
Call-
Was that the
and
one
because-
right before they came out with the zombies?
no,
No.
they didn't do zombies for.
Because Call of Duty
That's
3
what-
came
that's what-
out.
I think it was
before the
right. I
zombies.
think that was before Modern Warfare. To be honest,
Oh.
I think it was
Shit.
Oh,
World at War, Modern Warfare.
Yeah, because Call of Duty 3 came out, and this is when the developers started going out. Treyarch started getting their hands on this guy.
That's the World at War, right?
Call of Duty 3,
World
no,
at War?
still not World at War.
Nah. World of War was its own title.
And then this is when they started separating from the PC because Call of Duty 3 is the first one that doesn't release on PC. PlayStation 2 and 3. And so, yeah, that comes out 2006. And I'm still, for me, 2006, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I'm still not a full-on gamer. I'm still probably playing on my GameCube or something like that. I don't really get a PlayStation 3.
What do you mean? That is a gamer.
Well, PlayStation, because right now my main console is a PlayStation, right? I feel like that's where I was. When I really didn't play shooters, let me correct that. I didn't really play shooters until actual Call of Duty.
I was a Need for Speed kid.
And I
which-
didn't get
The
into
new-
shooters until Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Well, hold on. We just get skip past World at War like that, dog?
Call of Duty
That
World
game-
at War.
World at War.
That
World at War
game
was after.
No, after Modern Warfare, no, it wasn't.
After Call of Duty 4.
No, it wasn't.
Because again, think about it, Mike. So
What's
it's
the release
Infinity. The release date for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 was November 5th,
Pull up the timeline.
2007.
What about World at War?
And World at War was a year later, November 11th, 2008, by Treyarch.
Bitch.
Dumbo,
Bitch.
fact check me. I need Dumbo to fact check me real quick.
Bitch.
But that's what it was. Again, this is when they start doing
West
that
Side.
I thought that
annual.
was first.
They started going more and more and more.
Yeah, so
But I think so too, because I remember people were telling me.
When did you say it was?
World at War? I got 2008,
Yeah, November.
Bitch.
November 11,
And that
2008.
one was for Windows, PlayStation,
Hey,
Xbox,
Mikey.
and all that.
Guess what? I was right.
you
But
guys
no,
were right.
So
I admit
Infinity.
it.
So this is Call of Duty 4 is probably when I start remembering the actual franchises, and this is when it was game changing for me. I remember Call of Duty 4 playing on the PlayStation 3. I remember going into sniping that dude from far away with their one arm. I remember Shipment when you play Team Deathmatch on Shipment, everybody just throwing grenades and you spawn and you die by a grenade. This is truly the first time when I'm like, okay, this is what a real FPS, like for me at least, it was like one of those shooter games that I like this. Sniping, all these different modes. If you used, what was that perk that everybody hated? Stopping damage, no. What was the other one? The health one.
Scavenger?
No, this is
Gold perk.
there was a health perk in Modern Warfare that nobody liked. And if you used it, everybody would call you out and be like, you a bitch for using that. It was a health one where you just get more health.
See,
I know stopping power, stopping damage. I think that was one of the perks
I
for
remember
like
all the perks.
bullets.
I
I think
stopped
there was
playing Call
one.
of Duty after Black Ops 1.
I don't need
always say
perks.
this
I just need my
on
gun.
camera.
yeah, but you got up to. I mean, we ain't even there yet. Like, we got a lot of ground to cover, but to Black Ops, right? Well, Modern Warfare 3 was after Black Ops, right? Correct.
Yeah, so Modern
Yeah.
Warfare.
I did play Modern Warfare 3 then. So
Modern
I guess I'll
Warfare
take
Modern
that
Warfare
back.
3.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, let's unpack like really what Call of Duty did for the first person shooter, right?
Yeah.
It really was You had like Zero Dark. You had not Sniper Elite.
Medal
What
of
was the other?
Honor
Medal
was
of
another
Honor.
game. Medal of Honor was an EA one, and that's another
But
one that I remember. But it was EA.
Medal
They
of
fucked that
Honor
up.
was good. But
alright.
Call of Duty felt tighter. Like Call of Duty always had the controls down of even today. This is what a first-person shooter should feel like. So they really wrote that blueprint for everybody else to follow. Even Medal of Honor really started tightening up their controls because before first-person shooters were just loose, not so much on PC, right?
Yeah.
But on console, right?
Yeah.
How do you make it feel good? How is it supposed to feel? Call of Duty really made that happen. And then when Modern Warfare came out, it was the first one where it was like, it was a really good story. It wasn't just about mechanics now. They had a very good, intriguing story. And then that's when World at War came out, and then that's when I feel like Call of Duty got the
like
pop.
that one?
Like Modern Warfare, it was popular, but World at War, I remember that was the pop. Was because it was like, okay, they're past all the past stuff that they did that nobody really played, to be honest. And then World of War came out, and I just remember that being like the game because the story was good, the multiplayer was tight, the controls were tight, and that's when I feel like Call of Duty really started to take off.
I felt like Call of Duty 4 was like
The one.
they're really revolutionary. Like they even went back and remastered that one. Like I really felt that was the one that really like drew that blueprint like you were talking about, and then they followed that up with the Modern Warfare 1, and the Modern Warfare 2, like their second, I think, biggest revolutionary game.
Yeah, no, I think Call of Duty 4 was, like I said, the blueprint. But I'm saying, I think from what I remember, the pop was World at War. Like again, just from my circles, right? From what I was seeing at the time.
Yeah.
When I really heard to be honest, I didn't play Modern Warfare ever. Like the first one.
I think that's where you fucked up.
No, and it just wasn't in my circles. Literally, nobody was talking about it. Like when I was at sleepovers, it wasn't Modern Warfare. It wasn't Call of Duty 4. It was World at War, and then after that, it was Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1. Those were the sleepover games, along with Halo, right?
Yeah, Halo.
So I just remember, Call of Duty 4 introduced perks, introduced customization, and introduced leveling system. So that's why I think Modern Warfare is that classic game that people love and enjoy, because that's what really, like you said, it was that pop. For me, I think that Call of Duty 4 was that pop, because what World at War did was it took everything that Call of Duty did, Modern Warfare 4, and it just took it and ran with it. Like truly, it was like they just cleaned it up, made it better, give them a year, boom, boom, and made it. And that's what was the difference between World at War, because I never even played World at War, to be honest with you. Or no, which one was it? I keep forgetting my
Modern Warfare or World at War?
World at War.
Yeah.
World at War was the one game that I kind of skipped. I don't know why.
Good story.
It's a great story, but the reason why I feel bad for missing out on it is because the big difference between Modern Warfare and then the World at War finally introduced another beloved thing that people love about Call of Duty: zombies. I fell in love with the zombies, and then I went back to buy World at War and did the original zombies.
World at War did have zombies, right?
World at War was the
I
one that
knew I wasn't
introduced
tripping.
zombies. That's when they first introduced it.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, zombies, it's a cool idea. Nazi zombies, well, it's good. And introduced the characters and all. And it just took it, and that's a whole new world, obviously, when it comes to introducing zombies. But that's what World at War, and that was a big difference. And then after that, this is when they go into that yearly system, right? This was when they kind of start going into every year. They're going to come out with a new thing. You have Treyarch, who did World at War. And then again, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be Infinity Ward, November 10, 2009. This is where boys became men. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You're in the party chat. You're in the lobby.
Heard a
You
lot of
go
hard
home.
R's in my life.
1v1 me, bitch.
Bruh.
Trust. 360 no scope for the final kill. Was fucking good. The shit talking, this is where for me at least, this is where I learned the shit talking. This is where, like I said, boys became men in this lobby.
No Russia. You know what I mean? What was it called?
Remember
Modern Warfare. Wait, what?
What's the map called? Level? No Russia?
No,
No, Russia.
I don't
The
know.
one where
Real
you shoot up
estate?
the one where you shoot up the
Terminal?
airport. The airport.
Terminal.
No, the airport where you terrorize everybody.
Yeah.
It was called No Russia.
It's called
Oh,
Terminal, I think.
the
Right?
mission is called Norisha, but like the actual. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Terminal.
Yeah,
Terminal.
the map is called in multiplayer. It's called Terminal, but the story, the campaign mission you're talking about, yes, it's called No Russia. But the big thing that Modern Warfare 2 designed, besides sniping before his intervention, I still remember the sniper
The
all day.
intervention.
That was the one.
Really had to sit people down with that one.
You had to, right? I just love that sound of it too, like that little like high pitched sniper sound a little bit. I don't want to say high pitched, but it was
You
just
get hit
very.
with that shit. That shit
cool.
was not fun.
I loved it. That's when I realized, Trick Shot was the best, right? But they added another addition. Mikey's so fucking stupid. They added another mode, and it was called Spec Ops. So Spec Ops was the one where you do challenges.
Spec Ops is back in this game,
and that's the reason why it's really cool.
Yes,
because
sir.
I feel like this Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a rendition of everything from the past. They're making it better. They're bringing it in.
This is like the Smash Brothers Ultimate, but for Call of Duty.
Yeah. I think the only thing it doesn't have is zombies, but still.
It has survival. I don't know what that is, but it has
it's
survival.
Something, right? So
it has campaign and Spec Ops. Like you can't be mad.
If this game sucks.
No,
Bruh.
no.
I was literally about to ask, like, what would you do? Like,
what do you mean no?
Like, what if you
It's
just played?
Activision.
Yeah, what if you
There's
just?
a very strong possibility it's not good. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, like, what if you just play and it sucks?
It won't. I have faith in this game.
Because you're hyping it up, and I
hyping
agree.
it.
It's probably going to be a very good a game, and I'm excited for it. But
You know who told me it was good, man?
Who?
Andrea Renee told me it was good, so I believe her.
shout out Andrea Name.
Shout out What's Good Games.
She didn't tell me shit.
So after Modern Warfare 2, they gave it back to the hands of Treyarch, and this is for me my favorite Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops was my favorite. It still is to this day.
Black Ops was one of my favorites. I would
Black
agree.
Ops was my favorite because, again, for me, Zombies was great. I remember for Mikey the idea of having sleepovers and playing late nights. This was the game. This
when I
was the
fell
one where What?
This is when I fell out.
When you fell out? Why?
All
Well,
right,
we'll talk
me.
about it in a second. But
Unpopular
I
opinion.
want to show my love of this
Real quick.
particular game.
Unpopular opinion.
What's your unpopular opinion?
Black Ops 1 multiplayer was better than Modern Warfare 2.
No, that ain't it, Chief. You know what I mean,
Ooh.
Tombo?
It's a close
guys
call.
win, Tombo.
It's a close call. I honestly like.
No.
I love Black Ops 1. The maps were great. They felt level. They felt balanced. The guns were good. The guns felt balanced, and everything about this game was great. I think I still remember the sniper for the Black Ops 1. It was L191. I think that was the sniper that I used all the time, hands down.
I didn't even use a sniper.
I got clips,
used
bro.
almost-
I'm gonna put clips, old YouTube clips. That was like the first time actually I felt so badass in this game that I remember I got like a triple collateral, I guess, like 3 people, 1 snipe shot, some wanted shit,
Oh shit!
and I was like,
You got a clip?
freak the fuck out, bro. I was playing Search and Destroy. I got it. Next thing you know, boom. I was like, what? How'd I get a radar? I just shot 1 bullet. Guess what? Triple collateral, and I posted that bitch on
Please
YouTube.
tell me you have
The
a clip.
only reason I
It's
say
somewhere
Black
on
Ops
there. I'll
1
show
had a
you
better
after.
multiplayer than Modern Warfare 2 is because it was less abusable. You know what I mean? Like people walked around with the noob tubes with the scavenger perk.
True.
Just fuck you up.
I know what you're
Or
talking
people
about.
walked around with the double shotguns that fucking
Yeah.
were damn near snipers.
Or you could just get better. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
you
didn't
could've got
have to
get
do with
good,
better. You
kid.
would just
Get
get popped
good.
with some bullshit.
Get good.
I think that's why Mikey fell off of Black Ops, because it was just too easy.
Oh, you guys
It
are
was just too
hacking.
easy.
Why am I getting so many deaths?
Mikey's a
I
fucker
have
who
1
just
kill
noob
and
tubed
15
everybody.
deaths.
Mikey was a motherfucker who
Walked around
noob
with his
tubed
little heartbeat
everybody.
sensor.
Stop
That's
fucking
Mikey.
hacking.
But that's what
Oh
happened.
my God, stop it. You're that kid on the line, huh?
No, I just heard all the hard R's.
That's what I mean. We don't talk
Why
about
you gotta bring it-
stuff.
why you gotta bring it to racism?
we don't talk about
look, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was really, it was an experience.
Because then,
Full circle. I will say.
so that was for me. For me, Black Ops 1 was the best one. So I love that one. That was my favorite one. I just want to give a shout out to Black Ops 1. After that, it kind of goes off to Infinity Ward. But this is when Sledgehammer gets into their hand. Sledgehammer's like, yo, what's good? Let me get into the money pot. And I think this Modern Warfare 3, this for me is my kind of falling off point a little bit. For me, it's the falling off
aight.
point. It was
decent.
It wasn't great. It wasn't all right. It was all right. You know, it was a good game.
It was
I-
decent. Full
A lot of
circle.
people were just felt weird because it was developed by 2 people, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, and everybody's like, all right, you know, it's okay. Let's see where it goes on. Nothing really changed mechanically. They just sort of introduced a new survival co-op mode that had players defending against wave of enemies, and that was about it. That was
You
like
got
the
it
big
back.
things. And then I don't know what happened. I had such high, so I fell in love with Black Ops 1. So when I heard they were doing Black Ops 2, I was like, oh shit, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Treyarch's not going to let me down. Year after that, 2012, Black Ops 2 comes along. And for me, this is when I truly felt it was going downhill for
Can we
me.
fast forward to I don't know the one was it?
We gotta go through the
Advanced
bad.
Recon?
We got to go through the bad to get back to where we are at the good.
No,
okay?
this was a bad one.
Yeah, that
Where
was
they
the
had,
worst
like,
one.
Rockets on the wall and they were fucking
Actually,
So
I
hold
take that
on.
back.
This is where
That was the worst one, bro.
this
I
is where it
like
goes
the
right.
Advanced Warfare.
These next 3 are bad. All right, I'm just gonna skip these, okay? Because I don't even
No,
want to
no,
talk about
no.
these.
You just said we gotta go through the bad.
We're gonna go quickly though. I'm gonna talk about it, but we're gonna go
I'll
quickly
talk
about
about
them.
it then.
I thought you were gonna talk about Black Ops 1 again.
Because I love it. We don't talk. We talk about how good it is. I
All
can
right,
talk
call
about how
Black
good
Ops
it is.
2 or Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 comes out.
sucks.
It's okay. It's all right, but it's in the decline. This is where they shit the bed. Call of Duty Ghosts when they announced it for the PlayStation 4.
Trash.
The PlayStation 4. This is the one that finally came out November 5th, 2013. Trash. This one was horrible.
Terrible.
This
I
one
don't
for
remember
me,
who
a
bought
lot
that.
of people didn't like.
The dynamic maps that never came to be.
It was just so
Like
bad.
it literally, you
They
could not use the dynamic maps at all. Like it was like one thing and one map, and they're like, "It has dynamic maps." All right, cool. The cocksucker, I can make a pipe roll down the hill.
Yeah,
one
so
map.
and then Infinity War dropped the ball on this one. Everybody, but people bought it because it was Call
It's
of
a
Duty.
launch game.
It's
The
a
newest
fucking
Call of
game.
Duty.
It was a
It's
launch
You
game,
bought
too.
it. Yeah, it's exactly
Was it really?
right. Yeah, November 5th.
Oh shit.
So again, it's a game that you say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy it." Right? So you're like, "Why not?" They're not gonna let me down. Good graphics, but it was just so bad. After this, they finally introduced a new thing. They announced Call of Duty Advanced Warfare the next
That
year
shit
after
was
that.
trash,
No.
man.
This is when they started going 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. They got 3 people developing Call of Duty games. You got Treyarch, you got Infinity Ward, and you got Sledgehammer Games. This was the idea to where, you know what? Each developer doesn't have to cramp out a new game every year. You have 2 years to develop a game, and then it's your turn. Everybody has their own turn every 3 years. I believe that's what it is. I think so. But my bad. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare comes out. They finally introduced this idea of jumping. You could go ahead and double jump right on walls, all this shit.
That shit was terrible.
I loved it.
Another big game that I feel like
Terrible.
it was better than Ghosts, but to me, I was like, all right, it's something new, something fun. It's okay.
What I always bug me is they're fucking bringing back Nuketown and all these maps that we already seen.
That's
Like,
when they started
get
doing
original
that.
cocksuckers.
Yeah.
I did not like that one bit, but I will say I really had a blast with this game. Like I love the wall riding. Like I know people were over it, but I love the wall riding. I love the double jumps. Like I love the fast. Like that's one of the reasons I really like Apex too. Is like it's a faster game. Like I just like the faster
Pace.
the
That's
faster
what
pace.
people wanted.
Even
you know.
faster paced than like normal Call of Duty. So it's like I always loved it. I love having the gravity spikes. You know, slamming down on some fools. Like it was a good time.
That shit's
I
hella
enjoyed it.
extra.
I enjoyed it.
I mean,
So
to
that's
each his own.
what.
Because you really have to be you have to be a faster
It-
player. Like you have to be good at video games and appreciate this game.
This
You know what I
mother-
mean, Sean? I guess you
love
don't.
Mikey
I guess you
talks so
don't. You know
much.
what I mean?
You're the worst out of all of us when it comes to FPS. I don't know why you're talking so much.
Play
right
on
now.
Rainbow, dog. Let's see what's up then.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
because
Say
you
no
can't play
more.
actual strategy. You can only play around. Oh my god, fucking.
You just
fucking
talk about
motion
mobility.
peak. You know what I mean? That's all you're good at.
Fucker said Mozambique. So after this, I feel like Advanced Warfare just tilted the hate for me a little bit bad to the okay, you might be in my good graces. Black Ops 3 came out, and again, Black Ops 3. I love the Black Ops series. Let me play this game. Brought me back a little bit. I didn't truly love it, but it definitely redeemed itself
Black Ops 3
from the
was fun.
past 2. It was better than
I did
Advanced
play
Warfare, and it was better than Ghosts.
I did play it.
And
I
it was
actually
better.
liked Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3 was fun. I don't remember the name of the level, but the one where you're on the boat, like the big ass yacht.
Yep.
That was a
mhm.
fun
Yep.
ass map.
So they
And
did
then
zombies
gravity
again.
spikes on that one too.
Yeah, exactly. They did
Mhm.
more class
Remember
abilities and
gravity
things like that.
I like the movement on that one too.
Yeah.
Never mind. I did play Black
That one
Ops
was
3.
fast paced.
I
I
don't know
don't
what I
really
was
fuck
talking
with that
about.
one.
So that's what they did. That's what they changed differently. And again, Treyarch, they again is better for me. That's all good. And then for me, this is when they went too futuristic, right? This is the idea of where you see the trend of Ghosts, you see the trend of Advanced Warfare. You're in the future. You see Call of Duty 3 again. You're in the future, and then Infinite Warfare. You fucking go to space now, and everybody's like, whoa, 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 what are we doing? Like,
What are we doing?
we're going too far
Where
out.
we at?
We're going
Who
too
we
too crazy, right? So this is like the sci-fi Call of Duty where
Who's
they
the
just
enemy?
start going into the space and all that stuff, and it's developed by Infinity Ward. Not too bad, not too crazy, but this was hit or miss. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people they didn't hate it, but it was like, all right,
You got a
whatever.
problem with Space Dog?
Yeah.
That's all for the
They
adventure
do.
dog.
Space Ranger.
So that was it.
Oh,
And
no.
then everybody after Infinity Warfare, they're like, you know what? Boots to the ground. We need to go back to the roots. We need to go back to the World War IIs. We need to go back to what really kind of got people excited for Call of Duty. And that's what they did. Call of Duty World War II, November 3, 2017.
Bad.
Sledgehammer Games. Boots to the ground. I liked it. I enjoyed it. This was what kind of got me back into Call of Duty. It really made me excited to play it. Multiplayer was kind of, they just made it better.
Buggy as fuck too.
They made a
I got
division.
to a
Booty.
mission and it would freeze every time.
Booty.
And then I tried to
What you
start a
think? How you
new
like
game.
that?
and
I
I
want
got
somebody,
to
I want a
that
real
mission.
opinion from a
No, I'm
real
telling
man.
It froze on this mission I got to, right?
My God.
And then I'd
play
start
campaign?
a new game.
Who plays campaign?
I'd start a new game and it would freeze on the same fucking mission. So I'm like,
Gotcha.
oh, maybe it's my
Waste some more
fucking
time.
disc. Oh wait, it's not a disc. It's a fucking download.
Got him.
What the fuck?
Got him.
So that's what happened. So World War II comes out and they say, you know what? Let's slow the pace down. Let's not do balls on the walls. Let's not run all over. Let's boots at the ground, slow it down. Let's get the experience that people want. And that's exactly what happened.
What year did that come out?
World War II came out 2017, November 3.
Yeah, this is when I became a Battlefield kid, you know? I'd stopped playing Call of Duty just so I can play Battlefield, and I enjoyed myself on Battlefield.
Battlefield is the only other kind of shooter that's kind of competing with Black Ops. But again,
Not even close.
guess what? Black Ops does. Black Ops 4. Goddamn. It's
Fucking-
another Black Ops game.
Bro,
And guess what? It's an okay game. Again, for me,
it's not okay. It was a bad game.
Black Ops 4 is good. Black Ops 4, I
It was
have
the
nothing
same
against.
literal shit besides you had fucking Battle Royale mode when you have 9 different games
That's
doing Battle
exactly
Royale
why
better.
I liked it.
You had 9 different games that did Battle Royale better.
And guess
Why
what?
would you play
Battle
Call
Royale
of
was
Duty
a
Battle Royale when you had fucking Apex?
You had Fortnite, but again, it's more of that realistic that people like and enjoy, and that's one of the reasons why I liked Black Ops 4,
not fun for a
introducing
Battle
Battle
Royale,
Royale. Gave me that more realistic look, feel, tone. I mean, they make it fun. It's not true like, oh my God, like.
Not fun for a Battle Royale game.
I mean, if you were good at shooters, if you're good at games, who am I? Flowers, who am I? If you're fucking good at games, then you can have good fun time. Duh, duh. That's how you sound.
You like
Stupid.
bad games. It's
That's
okay.
you.
That's
It's okay. You like bad games. It's okay.
But that's what happens with Black Ops 4. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to go too far. Apart from that, they kind of just gave you multiple modes. Zombies, they gave you Blackout.
Zombies? That's fucking original. That's the first game to have
I mean,
zombies,
they
right?
fucking created it, so why not?
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Yeah,
I already played that zombies mode on 4 different games before that game. What else do I have?
so where's your tilt at right now?
What else? What else?
So where's your tilt at right now? From all the Call of Duties, the history of Call of Duty, do you love the franchise? Do you hate the franchise? Or are you just going to buy it every year?
My
because it's
chart
them?
is literally up, 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 down, down,
Down.
down, up. Like that kombucha girl. That's my fucking Call of Duty arc right there. That kombucha girl is my Call of Duty
Oh
arc.
my
That
God.
exact faces.
I don't want to give you that
From
one.
the start to the end, and then this is the end. This is the.
Okay.
Not bad. I like it.
Where's your at? Where you at? Flowers, where's your meter at right now?
So my shit kind of goes up, and then it just drops like hard. Like I didn't even see the game for a minute, and then here I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you all the way back up from where?
No.
your highest high is?
So my peak was definitely like Black Ops 1. You know what I'm saying?
Black
Then I
Ops 1 was
dropped
my
all the way the
peak,
fuck
yeah.
down there, and then a buddy of mine had Black Ops 3. So I kind of went up a little bit, then I died again. You know what I mean? Hopped into Battlefield. That Battlefield was up there. You know what I mean? Had the Battlefield 4.
We ain't talking about Battlefield.
Yeah, that's some other good shit. But then after that peak of Black Ops 3, I cut up a little bit, and it was like yeet, and then I went straight down, right? And then here I am again for Modern Warfare.
That's where I'm at. I'm with you on that. I feel this has the potential to be a really good Call of Duty game.
I can tell you what, though, if they drop the sequel for this game, I won't get it.
True words spoken by
I mean,
Flowers.
I'm bitter as fuck toward Call of Duty, so I'm excited to actually be excited about Call of Duty.
That guy, I don't know if that's where I'm at, but I just feel like this has the most potential of a Call of Duty in a long time.
Why not? It doesn't have a battle royale mode.
That's fine. I don't need it. Guess what? I got campaign, multiplayer, and special ops, bro. And obviously, I think, again, one of the reasons why this game is getting so much more hype and a lot more love, crossplay. Crossplay's here. If you're one of those people with the drivers and computers and all that stuff, and guess what?
Oh shit!
Fuck you, Tambo.
He's popping shots, dog.
Are you mad because I call you one of those people with the drivers?
Nah, my finger was on the trigger.
My
okay.
graphics card, I gotta update every year.
Shoot him right now.
No, my trigger was on.
Oh, okay.
My finger was on the trigger. Yeah.
Put it on safe.
Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, hey, come on.
All right.
It shoots by itself.
So either way, I mean, they introduced another campaign. I'm just trying to get this podcast over with so he doesn't shoot me. But again, I think this is going to be a really good potential. Crossplay is going to really save the grace of this one. I think that's the reason why a lot of people are excited for it. But yeah, I think that's the reason why people are getting a lot more excited because it doesn't matter who has it, where you have it. If you have homies, let's all get together and play it. And that's kind of the reason why.
About to squat the fuck
Okay,
up.
that's it for this week's podcast. Tambo, don't shoot me.
I hit the head twice.
You're picking all these up.
I got popped. in the
I ain't
head
helping
Shoot
you
that
this
last one.
time.
Shoot that last one. I'm not. You're gonna save it. Don't shoot it.
I was hoping he was gonna shoot his
Thanks, you
face.
guys, for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Merch link in the bio.
Drive
Ring
the
that
boat.
notification bell.
Drive the boat.
I am that kid fly. That's all you need to know. Tune in next week. I'm just playing. This is
That was really
Junior. This is
Tune in
Copa.
November 5th.
November 5th, guys.
Put it on your calendars. We're gonna announce some shit. It's gonna be new. It's gonna be some changes for the CTG, definitely. 2019 is coming to an end, but 2020 looking bright. It's looking bright. I kind of
Anyways,
mumbled that
guys.
last part.
Please subscribe to us.
Go ahead.
You gotta make sure you talk about that, bro. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
go ahead.
Subscribe, rate, like, all that good stuff on youtube.com/chiptoothgaming. Obviously, like I said, we drop every Friday at 10. Dumbo, don't shoot me. We're held hostage right now, guys. But yeah, thank you
On
guys
all
for listening.
platforms.
We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.
I ain't helping you, bitch.
Oh my god.